It all began one day when Zeno Sama and his two guardians, in addition to Grand Priest's company, were in some part of outer space. That place was called the center of the multiverse. A strange anomaly had appeared for some reason. A dark energy ball absorbed everything in its path as if it were a black hole. "Wow, so the rumors are true," said Grand Priest seriously. "The center of the multiverse is the connection of the two universes," said Zeno Sama. "If it continues to expand, it will begin to absorb the two universes, and that will not be fun," warned Zeno Sama, worried. Grand Priest would begin to study the energy ball very carefully. "It is not Hakai. This is something totally unknown to me," commented Grand Priest. "Can you fix it?" Zeno Sama would ask seriously. "I can do it, although it would take me about a month," Grand Priest answered with a big smile. "Anyway, it's far from being a problem. It would take too long to grow, but the sooner we solve it, the better. I would need someone to take my place for the moment." "I can't leave you alone for so long, my lord," said Grand Priest. "What do you think if I name one of my children as Grand Priest during my absence?" proposed Grand Priest. "But if you do that, you should look for another angel to replace him as an angel of a universe," responded Zeno Sama. "One of my children is in the Galactic Patrol of Universe 7. Although he is still young, I can put him in place of Whis and ask him to replace me." Grand Priest would propose, but Zeno Sama's explosion indicated that he did not like that idea. "No, I have a better idea," smiled Zeno Sama. A few hours later, Goku and Vegeta trained fighting each other on the planet of Beerus. Both the angel and the god of destruction looked at them very surprised. "It's amazing the level they have now," said Whis cheerfully. "And to think that you almost destroyed them when you met them," laughed the angel. "In the end, I have made a very wise decision," answered Beerus proudly. "Sure," said Whis, that with his expression it was clear that he did not believe him. Beerus's skin would turn brown from one moment to another, and Whis would notice it. "Is something wrong, sir?" Whis curiously asked. "I have the feeling that something bad is going to happen," Beerus commented attentively. "Oh, Beerus, you and your prejudices." Whis kept laughing. A portal would open, interrupting the training at the moment in which Grand Priest would leave the portal. Beerus would stand still. "Wow, I think he was right," commented Whis nearly. "Sorry to interrupt. I'm looking for Mr. Goku," said Grand Priest. Beerus, terrified, he went to the Grand Priest with a reverence. "Mr. Grand Priest, if Goku did something wrong, I will gladly punish him," said Beerus, terrified. "But I did nothing now," complained Goku. "None of that," smiled Grand Priest. "I have a very important task for Mr. Goku. It is an order from Zeno," said Grand Priest. "Can it not be at another time?" Goku asked without much desire to attend the call. "It is that we are training and I don't want Vegeta to get stronger than me," said Goku normally, while Beerus was frightened in how he rejected Grand Priest's order. "If Zeno has an order for you, you will go without any complaint," shouted Beerus with a mixture of anger and nerves. "Or otherwise I will be forced to destroy you," threatened the god of destruction. "Can I ask why the great Zeno needs it?" Whis would ask with a lot of education. "Well, it's not as if they didn't know later," said Grand Priest, "but I need Goku to take my place as Grand Priest," Grand Priest would finally announce. "What? Me what?" Goku asked, surprised. Beerus would faint at the news and Whis would be in shock. "Goku, the Grand Priest?" Whis would ask, surprised. "Yes, I know. They are Zeno's orders," Grand Priest commented. "Father, what's wrong with you?" Whis would ask seriously. Grand Priest's gaze would become dark and would not answer. "I see things shouldn't be going well," Whis commented. "Mr. Goku, it will be better if you hurry," Whis pointed to Goku with his staff. "But I can't be a Grand Priest, I'm not even an angel," Goku tried to get out of that situation. "Then I will tell Zeno that you have refused to fulfill his order," he threatened Grand Priest, since everyone knew what would happen if they did not please the king at all. "Okay, I will go," Goku sighed by scratching his head and laughing. Minutes later, Goku and Grand Priest would meet in front of Zeno on his throne. "Goku, I'm glad you're here," Zeno celebrated, and went to greet Goku. "Little Sen, it's good to see you," Goku greeted. "You will be the Grand Priest in the absence of Grand Priest, yes?" Zeno said. "Are you sure, Little Sen?" Goku asked, worried. "It's not that you want to deny me, but I don't know what a Grand Priest does," Goku said. "I will give you all the instructions so that you can fulfill your task," Grand Priest explained. "Now please, come with me," I told Goku. Grand Priest. Grand Priest would take Goku to a room inside Zeno's palace. By closing the door inside, the gravity of the place would increase a lot. "Increased gravity?" Goku would ask with difficulty. "We are in a room where time flows much slower than in reality. While in reality a day passes, here 100 years will pass," Grand Priest explained. "And how long will we be here?" Goku asked, surprised. "What is necessary?" Grand Priest answered seriously. "Well, if this is a training to make me stronger, I like the idea a lot," Goku smiled. "Not so fast, young man," Grand Priest warned. "You will be the Grand Priest in my absence. But it's not just about being someone strong to take my place. You must learn special qualities that every angel dominate." Grand Priest explained what the position would consist of and the responsibility that Goku should perform as Grand Priest. Goku was surprised by what Grand Priest told him. Goku did not feel the best option for that position. "Be honest with me. Why me?" Goku asked. "There are other angels and other gods, much more capable. I'm just a mortal with a good level of fight that does not reach your feet," Goku sighed. Grand Priest would be thoughtful and also sigh somewhat tired. "I do not want to sound rude, Mr. Goku, but you are the least suited person for the position," Grand Priest would finally say. "If you will be my replacement, it is simply because that is how you want it in Zeno Sama," the Grand Priest commented. "Then let's talk to him. He will surely understand," Goku proposed, but the idea would be instantly rejected by Grand Priest. One of the main functions of a Grand Priest is to keep Zeno happy, since only by wishing for it he can disappear the 12 universes. Many years ago, he got up in a bad mood and disappeared 6 universes that no longer exist. Grand Priest would tell to make Goku understand the importance of the situation. "Then it will be just to keep him entertained and ready," Goku laughed, understanding how simple the situation seemed. Grand Priest with a simple hit of his finger would hit Goku in the stomach. The Saiyan would cough a lot of blood. Poor naive, it is not just to keep him happy so that he does not destroy the universes. There are many beings who want to destroy everything, and sometimes, but very few times, they seek to generate some circumstance that irritates Zeno. In other cases, some fool tries to attack him, but he only manages to make Zeno disappear, and of course he gets angry. Grand Priest commented to make it clear what would be the job of the Grand Priest. Goku would begin to remember his relationship with Beerus and how he sought at the time that no one would make the god of destruction angry so that he would not destroy everything. Goku understood the importance of his position as Grand Priest. "Okay, tell me what I have to do," Goku said seriously. "You must learn to transport yourself to the 12 universes as I do, also to remain in outer space, and improve your perception of Ki, and above all, watch the balance of the 12 universes," Grand Priest said. "But above all, remember not to give yourself the orders. You must suggest to Zeno and let him decide," Grand Priest kept saying. "Now tell me, why do you have to sit down?" Goku would ask seriously. Grand Priest would explain to him about that energy ball that absorbed everything in its path. Goku would finally understand the gravity of the situation. At one point, Grand Priest clicked his fingers, and the uniform that Goku wore was replaced by the same uniform of the Grand Priest. Thus, Goku remained for 50 years training in that special time room, which for the others was only half a day. "You already know everything you need to perform my function," Grand Priest said, according to the result of Goku's training. "Before starting as Grand Priest, I would like to ask you something," Goku said with great confidence to Grand Priest. "Go ahead, ask whatever you want," Grand Priest accepted. "My power has increased a lot, and I doubt you will find someone who rivals me. Please, I know I'm not polite on my part, but I beg you to fight against me," I asked Goku, really excited. Grand Priest looked very serious at first, but after an uncomfortable silence he smiled. 50 years ago he would have offended me, but now that we trust each other, I can't deny it. Grand Priest would accept. "Attack with all your strength, don't hold back." Grand Priest looked at Goku. Goku increases his ki without suffering any apparent transformation. Only his hair had turned white since he had mastered the Ultra Instinct. "I warn you, I will go with everything from the beginning," Goku shouted as he placed himself in a fighting position. Goku would throw everything at Grand Priest. First he would punch his face, but Grand Priest holds his fist with just one finger. Then Goku would attack with a series of consecutive blows, one after the other without stopping. Grand Priest only moved his finger. Only with that finger he deflected all attacks, while his body remained still. "Wow, you have progressed," Grand Priest said, smiling. Goku did not stop. He kept attacking without stopping, increasing his speed little by little. At one point, Grand Priest would not be able to dodge one of his punches with his finger. The attack went straight to his face, and Grand Priest was forced to move. "I did it!" Goku thought, but instantly he received a blow to his stomach. Goku was unable to continue attacking. Even so, he smiled because for him, getting Grand Priest to move was a victory. "I have to congratulate you," Grand Priest said. "Anyway, I managed to break your posture. I still have a long way to go to reach you," Goku said. Finally, both left the room of time. Zeno was anxiously waiting for them. "They finally left," Zeno said. "Tell me, Goku, did you get very strong?" Zeno asked. "That's right, little Zen. I got very strong thanks to Grand Priest's training," Goku answered excitedly. "Great, Zeno. If you allow me, I must retire," Grand Priest would announce. "Goku, I'll take care of everything," Grand Priest said. "Do not worry, Grand Priest. Nothing can go wrong," Goku smiled. "Yes, I hope so," Grand Priest answered, and then withdrew through a portal. Grand Priest would reach the center of the multiverse. He would extend his hands carefully, analyzing that strange ball that seemed to swallow everything in its path. "I just hope nothing bad happens in my absence," Grand Priest thought, worried. Meanwhile, on the planet of Zeno, the position that Goku was occupying was celebrated. All the gods of destruction, angels, and Kaioshin were present. Zeno remained seated on his throne, guarded by his guardians, and with Goku by his side. "I must take the initiative in the formalities, as Grand Priest taught me," Goku thought, nervous. "Very well, here we go," Goku said to himself in his mind. "Thank you all for coming. Zeno is very pleased, and I will give my best effort," Goku said in front of everyone. "Wow, that did not sound very good, but I should never show doubts. That's what Grand Priest told me," Goku thought, terrified. Everyone made a reverence. Goku was calmer. "I can't believe it. I have become very strong, and now I am occupying the position of one of the most powerful beings of the two universes," Goku said to himself, very happy. "What is that? He feels so powerful and evil." Goku wondered, feeling a presence behind the King of Everything. Definitely, Goku felt that something bad was going to happen. Goku looked very seriously at Zeno. The Saiyan was worried about an evil presence that he had felt in the back of the King of Everything. "Is something happening, Goku?" Zeno was curious to notice Goku's attitude, and both guardians became alert. "No, it's nothing," Goku smiled. Even so, Goku would observe the guardians for a moment seriously. They understood it and would begin to look with their gaze for a trace of danger. A small stone hit Zeno's forehead. Everyone saw it. A chill ran through the body of all the gods of destruction, waiting for the reaction of the god of everything. "Who was it?" he asked Zeno in a very serious way before standing up. "No, this cannot be happening. Zeno is upset," Goku thought, terrified. "Hey, little Zen, it's a game," Goku laughed shyly. "A game?" Zeno would ask, losing seriousness. He was interested in what Goku called a game. "Of course! It's about surprising a friend when you least expect it. It's fun!" Goku laughed. "I like that game!" Zeno was excited. Both guardians sighed in relief, since Goku would be able to control a situation where Zeno could destroy everything just for being in a bad mood. Now the problem was how to find out who was the subject who had thrown that stone. This is worrying. Someone for sure is planning something to make Zeno angry. Grand Priest warned me that something like this would happen. Goku himself was very worried. A few moments later, a small stone would hit Beerus's face, and he would get upset. The aura of Hakai would begin to manifest around his body. "Who was it?" Beerus would ask very angrily. "It was me," Zeno laughed. "You fell!" He pointed the king of everything to Beerus while he smiled. Beerus would be in shock for a moment until Whis gently hit him with his staff to make him react. "What a great aim, my lord!" Beerus laughed as he scratched his head with shyness. Goku would get serious for a moment. His eyes went through the entire palace. In a moment, he would stretch his hand and then close his fist. "Very good. That's all for today," Goku smiled. "You can leave now," Goku said to everyone. "Yes, you can leave now," Zeno repeated. All the gods went to their respective universes while Goku decided to take a moment away from Zeno. "Little Zen, if you want, you can rest while I look for what we can play with later," Goku said. "Okay, Goku," Zeno said, while he was accompanied by his guardians to his room.
Goku would go to the Catellan Temple in Universe 4. Once the Saiyan arrived, Catella was surprised by his visit. "Is something happening, Goku?" Catella would ask with some resentment, since he did not like the idea that Goku was a Grand Priest, although he had to respect him. "I want you to explain this to me," Goku said, annoying when he opened his hand and showed Daimon in it. Daimon was that warrior who fought in the past in the power tournament. "Daimon!" Catella screamed, amazed. "What's going on?" Catella asked. "That's what I was about to ask you, Catella," Goku said, annoying. "Daimon was the one who threw that stone at Zeno, and I can assure you that it was not to hurt him, but to bother him on my first day as Grand Priest," Goku explained. Daimon remained on Goku's hand, covering his eyes, terrified, without knowing what they would do to him. "Hey, Daimon, you better give me an explanation about this," he threatened Catella, but Daimon did not say a word. "Catella, you must have threatened him," Goku said seriously. "I know you. I know the kind of rat you are. I knew you sent spies to Universe 4 to study us before the power tournament," Goku commented. "I don't know what's going on, and I have nothing to do with this," Catella said, annoying. Then Goku and Catella looked very serious. "Anyway, I know what I have to do. You put our lives in danger with that bad taste joke." Catella smiled when creating a Hakai ball. Daimon opened his eyes, but said nothing. "Talk," Catella said with reddened eyes of anger. "If you talk, you will die." Daimon would hear a strange whisper in his mind. Daimon would begin to tremble in fear. If he didn't talk, he would die. But if he did, too. Goku would notice something suspicious in Daimon. "Wait!" Don't destroy it! He stopped Goku and Ketela. The Hakai disappeared. Just keep him captive until I find out what happens, Goku said. When stretching his hand, Goku would use the power of creation that Grand Priest had taught him, creating a crystal sphere where he kept Daemon locked up. 10 days passed with total normality while Goku guarded Zeno. At one point, Goku receives the call of the Angel of Universe 4 to assist Ketela's temple urgently. Goku would teleport instantly, thinking that something had happened. And so it was. Look at this, Ketela said, worried. It can't be, Goku said, surprised. Where the crystal sphere was, there was a strange dark ball that looked a lot like the one that Grand Priest went to destroy. What happened to Daemon? Goku would ask. But when he approached the crystal sphere, he saw one of his legs. I think this must be related to the phenomenon that Grand Priest is solving, Ketela said. So it's not a phenomenon. It's someone's work, Goku said seriously. I need you to please tell this to all the gods, and be aware of this phenomenon in all universes, Goku ordered. Goku would arrive instantly to the center of the multiverse, where Grand Priest had been looking for 10 days for a way to disappear the strange phenomenon. Grand Priest, you have to know something, Goku said, worried. Goku had barely noticed Grand Priest's exhaustion. He was sweating. I think I made it very clear to you that you shouldn't have come while I was solving this, Grand Priest said with difficulty to speak. You have to know this. Someone is creating this phenomenon. I warned Goku, but Grand Priest was not surprised. Goku, I always knew that. Grand Priest smiled. But why did you never say it? Goku asked, confused. Sometimes it's better to shut up than to say. Grand Priest smiled. You better go. You shouldn't leave us alone, Zeno, Grand Priest said. That strange sphere is bigger. You are not destroying it. You're only supporting it, Goku said, and then he would realize that Grand Priest's hands had small dark lines with the same energy as the sphere. Grand Priest, your hands! Goku shouted, worried. Goodbye, Goku, Grand Priest said as he sent Goku to Zeno's palace with his will. Grand Priest had a shaky breath, but he did not lose his posture. I have to do everything I can. Grand Priest was determined. Goku would return to the planet of Zeno against his will. What am I supposed to do now? Goku wondered. No, what was Grand Priest supposed to do in this position? Goku kept telling himself. Goku would close his eyes and sit in a meditation position. Then he would begin to analyze everything that had happened. The anomaly that had been in the center of the multiverse for 10 days. Daemon playing a heavy joke on Zeno. The difficulty of Grand Priest to contain that dark energy ball. Goku would finally get up and go to Zeno's room. The god of everything rested pleasantly while his guardians watched over him. Goku would disappear from Zeno's room, leaving only his bed. I created this place to keep Zeno isolated, I would tell Goku to the guardians. If he wakes up before he comes, tell him that I'm preparing a very funny surprise. Goku smiled, although both guardians knew it was something important. As you command, Mr. Goku, both guardians answered. Goku, upon returning to the palace, would notice that the 12 angels had arrived. Bad news, I would tell Whis to extend his scapula, as the other angels did later on. The anomaly that the Grand Priest is solving is being replicated in different parts of the universes, although each of them does not exceed the size of a fist, Vados explained. It seems that the Kaioshin of Universe 3 has a message for us. I would tell the Angel of Universe 3, Iya, the Kaioshin of Universe 3, would let himself be seen through the scapula of his angel. Gentlemen, please, I need you to verify if the anomaly is present on all the planets of the Kaioshin of each universe, Ia would ask. All the angels searched in their scapula and were surprised that it was true. On each planet of the Kaioshin of the 12 universes, a small sphere of that strange energy had developed. It's also happening on the planets of all the gods of destruction, Whis would comment. That shows that this is an attack and not a casual phenomenon, Margarita, the angel of Universe 11, would intervene. I was studying this energy, and more than a specific energy, it seems to be the absence of the universe itself. That is why I call it the energy of the void. Kaioshin of Universe 3 explained. If the Kaioshins are gods of creation, I don't see the problem in solving it, Goku said seriously. The Kaioshin stretched his finger towards the energy sphere that was only a few meters from him. The anomaly seemed to begin to shrink, but the Kaioshin was very exhausted. After a great effort of the Kaioshin, the energy ball would disappear. That was very exhausting, Kaioshin of Universe 3 said on his knees. Now see the effort that Grand Priest is making, Goku said seriously. I think the situation is clear. Each Kaioshin should look for those anomalies in their respective universes and destroy them, Whis said. And you too! Angels control creation much better than Kaioshins, Goku ordered. You're right, Vados answered. Better start now before this gets worse, Vados sighed. Mr. Goku, I think you'll be interested to see this, Whis said as he showed him his staff. It can't be true, Goku said as he watched Vegeta beat Beerus. If Beerus dies, so does the Kaioshin, Whis warned, worried. Very well, everyone move. To work, Goku ordered seriously. Goku would support his hand on Whis' shoulder and they would reach the planet of Beerus just in time. Vegeta had just defeated Beerus, the god of destruction. He was passed out, losing a lot of blood. Vegeta, tell me who is forcing you to do this, Goku asked Vegeta. Vegeta would watch Goku with a devilish smile. He was in the state of the Super Saiyan Blue.
Small flashes of light began to sprout from his body as if they were sparks. Vegeta? Goku asked, but Vegeta did not answer. Vegeta would scream, forcing his ki, creating an expansive wave around him, while Whis would push Beerus away to cure him. Vegeta, I'm talking to you, Goku said, annoying, but Vegeta still did not respond. Vegeta would throw himself at Goku with an attack. When throwing a punch, Goku supports the blow in his hand without meaning anything. Even so, Vegeta's smile did not disappear. He seemed to be confident. What are you doing? Goku would ask, already angry. Then he would notice some electric current escaping from Vegeta's glove, and Goku would move away with the high guard. Hey, who are you? Goku would ask. I know you're manipulating Vegeta's body, Goku shouted, angry. Vegeta tried to attack Goku again, but before arriving, Goku's body would be covered by a slight flash of white light around him. Goku would give Vegeta a simple punch in the stomach, and this, in addition to being out of combat, would expel a large amount of electric energy from his back. The electric energy manifested itself violently, throwing lightning bolts everywhere. Little by little, it was taking the shape of a body. Who are you? Goku asked, surprised. Kakarot, run! He tried to tell Vegeta before fainting. I am God, he said the silhouette until it materialized in a physical form. Finally, a powerful-looking subject would be seen. He used a golden staff as a weapon, and by supporting it on the ground, an electric current flash would be seen. What a god, Goku said, ready to fight. I introduce myself. I am Raito, the new god of this world. The god Raito appeared, while looking very confident at Goku. The Saiyan would tremble a little when he felt the incredible strength of Raito. A new god named Raito had appeared. Goku watched him carefully, waiting for his next move. Then, "Are you responsible for that vacuum energy?" Goku said, angry. "Who knows?" Raito answered, in a mocking way. "I guess I'll have to make you talk for the bad guys," he seriously threatened Goku. Goku would raise his ki, his hair would turn white, as he learned to master the Ultra Instinct during his training with Grand Priest. Raito would go on the defensive. He would stretch his staff ready to fight, although the way he squeezed his staff revealed some fear in him, and Goku had noticed it. "You better at least entertain me," Goku smiled in a challenging way. "What did you say?" Raito asked, annoying when he threw himself at Goku. Raito would begin to attack with his golden staff. Each blow was very powerful, and the contact of Goku's arms released small electric currents. Even so, at the level of his attacks, they were not enough for Goku, who resisted all attacks without much problem. "At least I know you're a god because you have the ki of one," Goku said, to then distance Raito from a strong kick in the stomach that would throw him away. "But somehow, even if you are a deity, your energy is difficult to read. I want to know what your origin is," Goku kept saying, angry. "Don't you want me to tell you how to defeat me, too?" Raito shouted, annoying. From one moment to another, Goku was in front of Raito. He had arrived so fast that he barely realized that Goku had attacked his stomach. Goku's fist had come out of Raito's back. "Your blood is purple. It's strange," curious Goku said, when kicking Raito to take them off. Raito's wound would begin to release electric current. The cut arm was relocated in his body as if it were brought him by him. "This guy seems to be difficult to eliminate. It reminds me of Majin Buu and his regeneration," Goku thought, something annoying. "Be careful, Goku," he shouted to Beerus, who had just been cured by Whis. "That guy can possess the body of any mortal," he warned the god of destruction. "That sounds interesting," Goku said, smiling. Raito would attack Goku without stopping, but Goku dodged all his attacks, although it seemed that he did not pay attention to Raito because he hardly looked at him. "Goku's level is beyond my understanding," Beerus thought, astonished. Goku pointed his finger at the ground. A ray of energy would come out from his finger, creating a small bottle. "If you promise to eliminate that anomaly, I promise to let you go," Goku warned. "Shut up, damn Saiyan!" "Saiyan, I see," Goku smiled. Raito would try to attack Goku, but before reaching him, his body became paralyzed. Then, his whole body would begin to change in different shades of color. Goku was pointing his finger at Raito, and after pointing the bottle, Raito's body, deforming, traveled towards it. Then Goku would close the bottle, sealing his rival. "Mr. Goku, I want to say that you have me very surprised," Whis said, very happy. "Not only has he dominated creation, he has also perfected his form of combat." Whis smiled. "That's right. Grand Priest has taught me very interesting things," Goku said. "This technique I just did is similar to Master Roshi's Mafuba. I just created a bottle with an insulating material from the electric current. You can't get out of here unless someone opens the bottle," Goku explained, smiling. "When I sealed the Supreme Kaio-sama many years ago, I did it with a sword. You could have done it the same way. Now someone can open that bottle," Whis warned, worried. "I know," Goku answered, "and then disappear." "That fool is still the same naive as always," Whis said, annoyed. "Be careful. Remember that Goku is now the Grand Priest. He owes you more respect, Whis said, annoyed. That fool left his bowl, Birusa pointed out when taking the bowl that Raito had released before being sealed. At the moment of touching it, an electric discharge would force Birusa to release it. Be careful, Birus, said Whis, worried after the baculum would begin to tremble and would fly by its own voluntary. Because you have to warn Goku, Birusa said. Birus, do not underestimate him. Smile, Whis. I think Mr. Goku knows perfectly what he is doing, said Whis. Meanwhile, Goku was on the planet of Zeno. From a crystal ball, he observed different parts of the two universes, controlling the anomalies. Each of the Kaioshin and the angels did their job of disappearing them. Let's see how Grand Priest goes, Goku said when doing it. He would notice that Grand Priest looked very exhausted. But the great sphere of energy that controlled the center of the multiverse began to shrink little by little. I see that everything's going well, but it intrigues me how he knew such a Raito that I am a Saiyan, Goku thought. Who else will be with him? He sighed while he thought Grand Priest was tired, but he felt relieved since he had managed to shrink that evil energy ball. He knew that Goku would be able to solve this on his own. He is worthy of being a Grand Priest in the future, Grand Priest thought. The Raito baculum traveled at great speed. In a matter of hours, it would reach the planet of Zeno. The baculum went straight to the bottle that enclosed Raito, but Goku would hold the weapon before it hit. Come on, did you really think that I had not realized that your baculum was on the ground? Goku would ask, smiling. The baculum would begin to release electric energy, but Goku endured it without much effort. Then the baculum would begin to shine white. Goku would hear someone's finger clicking, but before knowing who it was, he would look at the very worried bottle, since the bottle was now a little broken. Who could it have been? Goku thought, alert. The bottle would explode. Raito came out of his interior like a beam of light to little by little rebuild his original form. Then the baculum returned to his hand. You are a damn cheater, Raito shouted furiously. Who is working for you? I would ask Goku seriously. Demons! Someone clicked their fingers here. I could not feel his presence, I thought Goku annoying. Raito observed everywhere, as if he was looking for something. If you're looking for Zeno, I already took precautions, I warned Goku. I already know that your plan was for him to destroy everything, so this is a parallel dimension that only I can go, explained Goku. Unless he gets bored and decides to destroy it, laughed Raito. I see that you're well informed about the gods, said Goku. Now tell me where you came from, demanded angry Goku. Raito hit his baculum on the ground, burying it, and Goku was preparing to fight, but the cry of Raito would alarm him. The baculum of Raito would begin to receive electric energy from everywhere, feeding his user. Where are you getting all that energy from? Thought Goku, until he remembered all the spheres scattered in the two universes. Goku would observe Grand Priest in the crystal ball. The energy ball that used to shrink lit up white and then explode. What happens? Grand Priest thought, surprised. And instantly Grand Priest would create a barrier around him, but the explosion was too big. That energy ball was much larger than a sun and took a long time preventing it from expanding. Grand Priest would end up being devoured by the explosion. It can't be, screamed Goku, terrified. You are a dam, said Goku when he threw himself at Raito. Now things were very different, said Raito, very confident. Raito's body would light up white. Goku would fly out for a ray of electric energy that Raito had thrown. Damn, you were absorbing the energy of the 12 universes, said Goku when he stood up. Not necessarily, Raito replied by giving Goku a punch that would take the air out of his lungs.
I did not absorb the energy of the two universes, but I absorbed the energy of the Kaioshins and angels, Reito would explain. You are a dam. You do not stop bringing out new transformations, Reito cursed. Goku's chest had been left undiscovered, since in the transformation he had broken his uniform. Goku quickly threw himself at Reito, connecting a strong blow that hit his face. Reito would fly away. That speed and strength was not expected by Goku. Even so, he returned the attack by kicking him, but the Saiyan would manage to cover himself. Do not believe a god. You are only a mortal who plays to be one, Reito shouted, angry. Goku and Reito exchanged attacks at the same time. Every time their fists collided, the sky shuddered. And what is the reason of that stupid pride of being a god? Goku asked, without stopping attacking. Revenge! Reito would scream when he hit Goku with his staff. Why do you want to take revenge? Goku would ask seriously. But his words only irritated Reito more. That's none of your business, said Reito when he moved several meters away. Even if you want to get information from me, that will not change the fact that I defeat you and I will be the new king of everything, Reito smiled. Both rose to the top of the sky. They didn't stop. The two gave everything in the fight. While in the center of the multiverse, Grand Priest floated in space. He opened his eyes with difficulty. He was totally hurt. He would be able to realize that his arms were covered with lines with empty energies. I think this energy is absorbing me, Grand Priest thought, worried, but he could hardly move. After a few seconds, Grand Priest was looking for the energy sphere, but it was no longer there. Then his eyes became blurry, and he lost consciousness.
Reito shouted when forcing his ki to feed his attack, and Reito's energy ray would grow in size. Goku, without falling behind, would also force his ki, increasing the size of his Kamehameha. Finally, the attack of Goku would win, and Reito disappeared between the Kamehameha when it hit him. Goku would lose his transformation when, looking at his hands, he would realize that they were shaking. The other instinct in Super Saiyan was too much, said Goku when exhausted. His body hit the ground. Even so, he was still conscious. It was over, Goku smiled. Oh no, said Reito. Goku would get up with difficulty. His knees trembled from the energy expenditure. Reito appeared with his body totally white, as if it were a spectrum of light. That you don't die with anything, Goku asked, annoying. Reito would take a step forward but would lose his balance, falling to the ground. With difficulty he would get up, but his spectral form that he had at that moment made it difficult for him to move, and even more with the energy expenditure. It costs me a lot to stay stable, Reito thought, tired. After a few seconds, Reito would regain the original shape of his body, although smoke came out of his skin. Tell me, what is that motivates you, Reito? Goku would ask seriously. I already told you, revenge, Reito answered, annoying. Reito ran clumsily with the few forces he had left. When he reached Goku, he threw a weak punch. Goku, despite being able to see him, could hardly move. He did not manage to dodge the attack, but received the blow only a step back. Damn, Saiyan, Reito cursed. Beings like you who believe in gods mean as nauseas, Reito said, recovering his breath. You are taking too long to kill me, Goku laughed. Why don't you kill me at once? Oh, I see you can't. Goku smiled, mocking Reito. Bring me Zeno, and I will allow you to live, Reito would order. It does not work that way, said Goku, confident, since he knew what he was doing. Zeno is in a place that I can only bring. You need me with life, commented Goku, and Reito would scream in anger, since what Goku told him was true. Then he would launch against Goku again. Both began to fight cleanly with the few forces he had left. Goku at one point hit Reito's stomach with his open hand, perforating him from side to side. Reito moves away on his knees. The seconds passed. The sparks emitted,
but did not regenerate. I see that in the end, you ran out of energy, Goku smiled. Goku stretched his hand towards Reito. 2 large weights covered his wrists. At the moment they fell to the floor. Then he pointed his feet and the same happened in his pockets. Now Reito was totally immobilized. "There is nothing you can do," Goku said. "The traps that I have put on you are from a special material that imprisons the gods, and in your case, it absorbs electric current. So your tricks will not serve you," explained Goku. Reito tried to move, but there was no way. The weights were stuck to the ground. Margarita and Vermouth would arrive in a flash of light to the planet of Zeno. "What a disaster there is around here," said Vermouth, appreciating that the whole place was destroyed. "They arrived just in time. I need to rest," said Goku, feeling calm for the arrival of the angel and the god of destruction. But he did not expect what would happen. Margarita would transport herself to Goku's back, and with a blow to the back, he leaves him lying on the ground. Goku did the impossible to get up, but he was too weak. That blow almost leaves him out of combat. "Margarita, so it's you," tried to say Goku. "Good Reito for nothing," said Margarita. "Reito, you too, Vermouth," said Goku. "You haven't even lived a century? That position is too big for you, Goku," said Vermouth with hatred. "Even if you are a Grand Priest, you lack a lot of wisdom." He finished saying Vermouth. Vermouth would stretch his hands towards the weights of Reito to disappear them with the Hakai. But it did not seem to result. "I do not know what material this is. It will take some time," sighed Vermouth. "I do not understand why," asked Goku at the moment his sight became blurry. He resisted fainting. "I suppose you heard that in the past there were 18 universes," told Vermouth, but Margarita is scared to hear it. "What are you doing?" asked Margarita, annoying. "Close your mouth," Margarita looked at Vermouth. "It does not hurt to know," smiled Vermouth. "Goku, Reito is not a simple god," said Vermouth. "Reito is the memory of the 6 Gyoshin and the 6 gods of the destruction of the universes from 13 to 18, told Vermouth. Goku was shocked by what he had just heard. Reito was a god created from the memories of 12 gods. "Did you hear that, Vermouth?" asked Goku, smiling. Vermouth together with Whis would arrive at the moment to the planet of Zeno. "So you two are traitors towards Zeno," said Vermouth seriously. "So you were not seeing everything," said Margarita, annoying. "Although you do not believe it, I know Mr. Goku very well. The training we have had together has allowed us to read our movements and actions," said Whis. "From the first moment that Mr. Goku faced Reito, we knew that his intention was not to win the fight, but to discover his intentions. If Mr. Goku had wanted to win, he would have already eliminated him, and that was very evident for me," commented Whis. Beerus would arrive at the moment in front of Vermouth. "Stop helping him," he demanded Beerus, and Vermouth stopped his Hakai towards the weights of Reito. "I do not understand. If you could eliminate me from the beginning, why didn't you do it?" I asked Reito to Goku. Whis would begin to heal Goku, although only very little, as for him to be able to stand up, since the level of Goku surpassed that of Beerus and would be almost impossible to cure him completely. "Because from the beginning, I read your actions," said Goku. "You controlled the body of Damon to make Zeno rage and threatened him that if he spoke, you would destroy him, and use someone from Universe 4. It was for him to believe that this was Kitela, the most cheating god of all," explained Goku to Reito. "Even so, you needed help. Someone who would give you information from the outside. Someone who would break the bottle in which they had locked you," told Goku. "You don't understand it because you did not disappear in the power tournament," shouted Vermouth, very honest. "Zeno is a capricious child, and the existence of the 12 gods depends on his good humor," kept saying Vermouth. Vermouth would try to break the weights of Reito with a Kai, but Beerus would throw himself on top, and they would begin to fight. Margarita tried to attack Beerus, but Whis would hold his sister's hand before she helped him. "That yes, that no, sister," Whis said seriously. "We made a promise to our father that whatever happened we would protect Zeno." Whis looked at Margarita. Margarita, annoying, hits the stomach of Whis with his bacillus, taking his breath away. At the moment Goku, with the few forces he had recovered, you would reach Margarita, he would hold her by the neck and lift her in the air. "You better calm down," I warned Goku, annoying. Vermouth would create a barrier over Beerus that leaves him immobilized. "Now maximum Hawkeye,"
He would scream Vermouth, managing to destroy the weights of Reito. Reito at high speed gave Beerus and Gui a blow, leaving them unconscious. Then he would reach the front of Goku. The Saiyan would be forced to release Margarita. "You will die," threatened Reito. Goku and Reito began to fight again while Margarita and Vermouth separated. "You are going to pay, damn Saiyan!" Reito would scream as he stretched his hand and called his Bakulo. Goku would open a portal to one side of Reito, and with a gesture of his finger the Bakulo of Reito was snatching him, entering the portal. Then Goku would close the portal. "Know how important that Bakulo is for you?" Goku smiled. "You need it to absorb the energy of the rest of the spheres of emptiness that remained," said Goku. Reito would attack Goku, but every blow he threw was dodged without much effort. Goku, with 3 blows, leaves Reito totally out of combat. "It can't be," said Reito, to fall on his knees. Margarita would try to attack Goku, but the Saiyan, just by observing her, would expel her several meters away. "Training to be a Grand Priest implies being stronger than the angels," said Goku. "We have no chance." Vermouth would fall on his knees when he felt defeated. A few moments later, a ray of light would hit the ground, giving entry to Grand Priest. "Grand Priest, I thought you had died," said Goku, surprised. "To be honest, I also thought I had died," smiled Grand Priest, who had his clothes destroyed and barely managed to move. "It has been a very well-studied plan. I almost die in that explosion," said the Grand Priest. "Not having trained you to be a Grand Priest like me, surely things would have gone very badly," said Grand Priest. Reito would observe Grand Priest with great fear. Grand Priest's eyes were pure hatred. "Your plan cost me 10 days without sleeping," said Grand Priest, upset to pierce Reito's chest with his hand. "Let's call the others," proposed Goku. Grand Priest would create golden chains, with which he would tie Reito's body, leaving him immobilized. Hours later, all the gods and angels had gathered on the planet of Zeno. Goku would open the portal where he had left Zeno locked up to protect him. "Goku, where is that surprise?" Zeno would ask. "Here it is, little Sen," Goku answered, smiling and pointing to Reito trapped in the golden chains. "Who is he?" Zeno asked seriously. "His face seems familiar to me," Zeno said, curious. "Here is the person responsible for the anomaly, and not only him." Goku points to Margarita and Vermouth. Both were tied with the same golden chains. "So, Universe 11 was to blame for this?" said Zeno. "Great Zeno," said the Kaioshin of Universe 11, "please, I ask you to believe me. I have had nothing to do with this," said the Kaioshin. "Keep silent," said Zeno in a bad mood. "But great sir, I—" said the Kaioshin of Universe 11 before disappearing. Zeno had disappeared to the entire Universe 11, including his gods. Only Margarita was left. "Grand Priest, for being your daughter, I will give you the option to choose your punishment," said Zeno. "Do whatever you want," answered Grand Priest. "Grand Priest, you are talking about your daughter," Goku would intervene. "Our charges and responsibilities go above our blood ties. You should know it very well, Mr. Goku," Grand Priest answered seriously. Margarita's eyes shed tears of regret. Zeno stretched out his hand ready to disappear Margarita.
but Goku holds his hand to avoid it. "Wait, Zeno," I would stop Goku. "What are you doing?" Zeno would ask, annoying. "You can't destroy everything because yes," said Goku, something angry. "Have you not thought that you destroyed a third of existence total?" I asked Goku. "Now you destroyed the entire Universe 11 just for the act of an angel and a god of destruction. I think you have lost your hand," Goku said seriously. "You think?" I asked Zeno, who looked calmer. He seemed to understand what Goku said. Grand Priest would observe the Guardians seriously, but neither of the two dared to interfere. "Goku is doing something imprudent," Grand Priest commented, worried. "I begin to suspect that you support Reito." "Grand Priest continued to say that I do not like anything," said Zeno, angry, and Zeno stretches out his hand, trying to disappear to Goku. But nothing happens. "Why don't you disappear?" I would ask Zeno, terrified. "Ask Grand Priest why he taught me to be out of your power to disappear," I answered Goku. "You can't disappear to him either," explained Goku. Reito was surprised to see how Goku revealed himself before Zeno. He began to understand Reito. "He is nothing more than a victim, but this is over now," said Goku to snap his fingers and disappear the chains that imprisoned Reito. This would begin many years ago. In the past, Grand Priest saw himself in the need to have a child. He was tired of his 12 children being powerful, but they did not want more power. Then Grand Priest would not have another more than to create an angel with hunger for power. This is how his attention was directed to the warrior race of the Saiyan. Grand Priest knew that Beerus ordered Frieza to destroy the planet Vegeta, and then decided that his new son would be a Saiyan of Universe 7. Grand Priest changed his form to that of a Saiyan, and lived among them for a few days, until he chose Gain as his goal. One day before Bardock returned to conquer a planet, Grand Priest took his form, pretending to go through him, and so he spent the night with Gain. "My new son has to be very powerful. This is necessary to be able to maintain the order of the universe," said Grand Priest, and then he erased the memories of the Saiyan woman named Gain. And so months later, Goku, or Kakarot as he was initially called, son of Gain and Grand Priest, but with the image of Bardock. Now in the present, after the power tournament, the 12 angels convened an emergency meeting with the Grand Priest. The Ultra Instinct that Goku used during the tournament revealed that Goku is the son of an angel due to the white color of his hair. There did not seem to be anger or resentment from the 12 angels towards the Grand Priest, but that did not mean that they needed an explanation. So Grand Priest explained the origin of Goku. "I suppose that Mr. Goku was an aspirant to take his place," said Whis, looking at Grand Priest. "Indeed, his power can surpass mine," answered Grand Priest. "Although I don't have the certainty that he is trained, that was my goal from the beginning. I have noticed that each of my 12 children has not sought to increase their level, and I can't blame them. After all, the angels are the most powerful beings in the universe," he continued to say. Grand Priest, "Partakes of me at the very least," said indifferent Mojito, the angel of Universe 9. "Everything is very funny to me. Who said that this Goku is an angel and our brother? I laughed at Vados when saying that." "It does not make me any grace," intervened seriously Margarita, the angel of Universe 11. "Father, someone of his level committing those adventures is not worthy of his position, let alone hiding it from all his children," I would reproach Margarita. The angel of Universe 11 is known to be the most competitive among his brothers, always wanting to show that his work is the best among his brothers. The idea of a secret brother did not please him at all, and it was not a surprise to others. "Margarita, daughter," I said tenderly,
Grand Priest, I understand your disgust, but none of you have made an effort to reach my level, and it is crucial that at some point someone supplants me. After all, not even the angels are eternal. Grand Priest sighed. You could have commented on it from the beginning. I would have already accepted, said irritated Margarita. That is the question, Grand Priest pointed out. If I asked you, you would have increased your level by obligation. Goku, on the other hand, always wants to increase his power. It is his nature. No matter how hard it is for you to understand it, my daughter, I have done it thinking about all of you, he tried to explain Grand Priest. All the angels would look at each other, and they agreed. No one had increased his level to that of the Grand Priest by his own will, since it would be unnecessary. I appreciate the detail, Father, kindly answered Whis, the angel of Universe 10. I think that now the real problem will be how to give the news to Goku, intervened Whis, very serious. If all these years he has been keeping the secret, why would there be a need to tell him just now? I would ask Vados. Oh, sister, do you really think that such gossip does not come out of us? Laughed Whis. I will not tell you, Margarita intervened, who understood that the live was for her. I did not say it for you precisely, Whis smiled. Gentlemen, please, he called with authority, Grand Priest. It is not necessary to enter into discussions or debates. My decision is absolute and unquestionable. Whis, I want you to take care of giving the news to Goku, since he belongs to Universe 7. I would order the Grand Priest as you order, Father, Whis said when retiring. I expect the support of each of you, my children, Grand Priest said and observed Margarita seriously. It is an insult to think that a simple mortal will be my superior in the future, she thought, irritated Margarita. On the other hand, Goku and Vegeta were training on the planet of Beer.